Ok, mi gente, ¿me escuchan bien? Déjenme saber si oyen bien. ¿Sí?
Okay, my people, can
Perfect.
you hear me
Ok,
well? Let me know if you
buenísimo
can hear me.
entonces.
Yes,
Hoy es
perfect.
una
Okay,
llamada que me encanta
wonderful.
porque yo
Today,
amo cuando
this
podemos
call
traer
is something that I
a
love
personas
because
de nuestra
I
equipo
love it
también,
when we can bring
pero
people
que
from
a lo
our
mejor
team
la persona que la
that,
afilió
maybe the person who
no soy yo
affiliated them
precisamente. Me
was not
encanta que
me
ustedes escuchen
precisely. I
a
love
otros
it
líderes
when
y eso
you
es
get the
maravilloso
chance to
cuando
hear
tenemos la
other
oportunidad y
leaders.
voy a bajar
I
una
think it's
velocidad que
amazing when
siento
we
que
have the
mi cerebro
opportunity,
muy
and I'm
rápido.
going to speak
Ese es el Cuban style que cuesta. Pero
a bit slower
yo voy a
because the
estar unos
interpreter always
minutos
tells me I speak
impartiendo
fast.
o hablando
This
de
is a
varias
Cuban
cosas
style.
importantes que me
But I'm
parecen
going to be for a few
muy
minutes
esenciales
letting
en
you know
nuestro
about a
negocio.
few important
Y
things that I
después
think that
le
are
voy a dar paso a
essential in our
Marta,
business.
que es
And
alguien
afterwards, I'm going to let
firmó
Marta
directamente con
speak,
Juan
who is
Carlos
somebody
y
that
Esteban,
signed up
¿verdad? De
directly under Juan
U90X.
Carlos and Esteban with
Y
U90X.
después les cuento un poquito, pero varias
And
cosas que
afterwards,
quiero.
I'll let you
¿Cuántas
know a bit
personas
about
de
this.
acá,
But there's a
si
few
me
things
pueden
that I want to let
escuchar,
you know. How many people here, you
son
can write this
nuevas
down
en el
in the chat,
negocio,
are
están
new in the
recientemente en el
business,
negocio? A
are
ver, déjenme
recently
saber
new in the business? Let me
cuántas.
know. How many?
Si pueden ponerme en el chat, aquí voy a
Please, if
necesitar
you can
varias
write it
cosas. Si
down in the
pueden,
chat, I'm going
¿quiénes
to
son
ask for a
nuevos en el
couple of
negocio?
things. Who is new in the
6 meses y medio, Margarita. Ok,
Six
pues un
months and a
mes,
half,
yo creo que
Margarita.
más, un mes,
One
un mes,
month,
claro.
me. Okay,
Digamos
one
menos de
month.
tres
Yes,
meses,
that's
ok,
new.
yo un
Less
mes,
than
yo
three
creo que,
months.
ok,
Okay,
suficiente.
one month,
Primero
one
quiero
month.
hablarle a
Okay,
esa
that's enough.
gente.
I
¿Qué
want to
tú
talk
debes
to these
tener? Yo lo
people
puse
first.
aquí en el
What do
chat
you
al
need to
inicio.
have? This is something that I
Por
wrote in the chat
favor,
from the
tienen que
beginning.
tener el mensaje de bienvenida. Ese mensaje de
Please,
bienvenida está en
you
el
need
chat de Zoom. Ve hacia arriba
to
y yo estaba
have a
tratando de
clear
fijarlo
welcome
y no
message.
podía.
That welcome
Es el
message was in
mensaje
the
de
Zoom chat.
bienvenida donde te damos todos los
You
enlaces
can
donde tú
see it
debes
there where
estar.
you have all the links of
Cómo entrar a tu
everywhere
back
that
office,
you need
cuál es
to
el
be.
enlace de tu
How to
back
access
office,
your back
el
office.
canal de
What is the back
información de Be the Light.
office
Nuestro
link?
equipo se
The
llama Be the
information
Light,
channel
¿ok?
for Be the Light.
Ese es
Our
nuestro
team is
equipo.
called Be
Ahora,
the Light.
nosotros
Okay,
formamos
that
gente
is our
directa
team.
y toda la
Now, we
organización hacia
enroll
abajo
people directly
tiene
under us, and that
los
whole
mismos
organization
enlaces.
directly under
¿Por
us
qué? Porque tú
has the
quieres
same
tener a tu
links.
equipo
Why?
conectado a
Because
los
you want to have
entrenamientos.
your
Esto no
team
quiere
connected
decir
to these
que
trainings.
tú no
Now,
tengas
this
personas
doesn't
que tú no
mean
puedas
that
hacer
you
entrenamiento
won't
con tu
have
equipo. Al
people
contrario, lo
on your own
recomendamos.
team or that you
Recordemos que esto
shouldn't
es
train your own
un
team. On the
negocio
contrary,
de
we recommend this.
duplicación. ¿Qué
Remember, this business
significa?
is all
Tu
about
líder,
duplication.
tú imitas
That
lo que
means
tu
that
líder
your
hace.
leader, you
Yo sé que
imitate
hay
what your leader
personas
does.
que a
I
veces su
know that
líder o se
there
va
are
del
people
negocio o
that
inclusive
sometimes
no
our
tiene un
leader
sistema de
leaves the business
entrenamientos.
or they
Por
don't
eso
have
nosotros
training
tenemos una
system.
base
That is
donde
why we have
todos
a
los días, de
base
lunes a
in
jueves,
which every
tenemos
day from
entrenamientos
Monday to
en vivo,
Thursday, we
así
have
como este.
live
Ese
trainings just
mensaje
like
de
this one.
bienvenida
That welcome
que yo lo
message
puse y
that
ahí lo volví a
I wrote
repetir,
in the
que es
chat
al
and I just
inicio,
repeated
te
it
da
and it's at the
todos los
beginning
enlaces. Tenemos
gives
un
you
canal de
all the
YouTube.
links that you
Yo
need.
sé que otros
We have a
equipos también
YouTube
tienen canal
channel.
de
I know
YouTube.
other teams have
Tenemos un
YouTube
canal
channels too.
de información
We
en
have an
Telegram.
information channel
Tenemos un
in
enlace de
Telegram.
WhatsApp.
We have a
Tenemos
WhatsApp
una
link.
plataforma de
We
academia
have
que
a
es
academy
School. ¿Qué quiero
platform, which is
decirte con
called
esto? El otro
School.
día
What do I mean with this?
estaba en el chat de Be the Light
The
de
other day I was
toda
in
la
the
organización completa,
Be the
de
Light
los
chat of the whole
directivos y hacia abajo,
organization,
y alguien
with
decía,
everyone directly
no
underneath
me han
me and underneath
explicado, yo
them.
tengo dudas
And
del plan de
somebody said to me,
compensación, yo tengo
nobody has
esto.
explained this to me. I
Bien,
have
y voy a
questions on
hablar
the
bastante de
compensation
esto hoy.
plan.
¿Por qué
I have
razón?
concerns about
Tenemos que
this. Look,
ser
I'm going to talk
responsables.
about why we have to be responsible.
Por ti.
Nobody is going to
Nadie,
work the business for you.
¿ok?
Nobody. Okay?
Entiendan que es
Understand
responsabilidad de
that
cada
it
uno
is each and every
hacer el
one of
esfuerzo
our
de
responsibilities
prepararnos,
to make
de
the effort,
estudiar,
to get
de
prepared,
dedicarle tiempo.
to study,
Yo
and to
sé
dedicate
que lo
time
más
to it.
fácil
I
es
know
venir
that
al
the
chat
easiest
y
thing
preguntar.
is to just
Y
come
no
to the
digo que no
chat
se
and
haga,
ask.
pero
And I'm not
nosotros
saying that
tenemos
you
que
shouldn't do it,
pensar varias
but
cosas.
we
Primero,
also have to think a lot
¿qué
of
hizo que yo
different
entrara en
things.
este
What
negocio?
made
Las
me
personas que
want
estamos
to
aquí estamos
enroll into
haciendo
this
el
business?
negocio.
The people
Las
who are
personas que
here are
estamos acá
working the
queremos
business. The
más
people
en
who are
nuestra
here
vida.
want
Entonces,
more
la
from our
realidad es que
lives.
si tú,
So the reality is
uno,
that
no
if
eres
you,
capaz de
number
buscar
one,
información
are
en
not
todas
able
las
to search
plataformas
for
que hay y
information on all the
recursos que te
platforms
estamos
that there are
entregando como
and all the
equipo, como lo
resources that
es
we're giving
YouTube,
you as a
como lo
team,
es
like
Boards,
YouTube,
como lo es
like
School, como lo
boards,
es la página
like school, like
de Lifewave.
the Lifewave
Entonces quizás tú
page,
debes pensar si este
then
negocio es para ti o no. ¿Por
maybe
qué razón?
you have to
Porque
think
cada vez
about
que
if
uno, y lo
this
digo desde el
business is for you or
corazón,
not. What is the reason? Because every time that and I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart, and seriously, and I'm not criticizing, on the contrary, everyone here, let it be directly underneath us or not, wherever you are, we're all from the same organization. We want you to be successful. We want you to not surrender. We want you to be victorious. Now, you have to know what activities you need to do. And this is one of the things that I want to leave very clear for you. So, number one, if you are new, you need to have this welcome message with you because you have all the links that you need to have at hand right there. If you're not in the Telegram information channel, if you're not on WhatsApp, if you're not on YouTube, if you're not in school, if you're not in boards, you have some kind of key missing. I know that people that enroll with me, we always send them a welcome, but now you need to duplicate that with each person that enrolls. You know, if the person does come or not to the trainings, obviously we cannot force anybody. See it this way. I cannot want more for you to be successful than yourself. I can't, even if I want to, I can't, because I am not somebody that can control your life. Believe me that from the moment that we wake up to the moment that we go to bed, we ask God to put in our minds and in our hearts how we can help you more. But there is a part of us there's a part of this that has to come from you. Okay, there it is. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jenny. You're amazing as always. I love you. So if you're not able to do that, one, you have to think. Two, if you are not capable of doing that, but you are willing to learn it, a great applause to you, because I'm going to talk to you from 6 months ago 6 years ago when I started in the direct sales industry. I didn't know anything. I was spoiled in television and they gave me everything, but I had two options. Either I just fell on the ground, spoiled, and went back to the same industry that threw me out, or I reinvented myself and learned what I hadn't learned right now. My personal decision was to be an entrepreneur. What is yours? I can't force you. What I would love is for you to be the next leader, for you to say, I don't know, but I'll learn it. And that every day you could dedicate some time to doing something new and to learning. Number two, another one of the things that I want to talk to you. This is for whoever who is new. You need to be connected. If you can't be on a call live because you work like people that are in my team where you have kids who are at events, which is understandable. Okay, well, search for a time on your calendar for you to see the recordings because all those recordings are there, all of them. Let me tell you something. When we started, there was nothing in Spanish. Last year, believe me, America Guille, Marilu, and Sergio, Jay speaks English perfectly. Difficult for us. Nevertheless, we had to start from zero. I didn't surrender. We didn't surrender. We said, let's do what we have to do fast. And we started to create. You are starting with everything done for you. What is it that doesn't let you move forward? And the easiest thing, listen, is to put excuses. The easiest thing is to blame the leader, to say that people aren't kind. I'm not waiting for anybody's kindness. I go out and I do it. I'm talking for everyone here. This applies to me and for everyone who wants to succeed. Now, if you are here for a month onward, what do you have to have at hand? And if you don't have it, go to school and there you have short videos of how you can do it. Your sales link. If by now you don't have your sales link, what are you doing in sales? If what you want to do is sell, it's impossible. You need to have your sales link for products and for enrolling people. What else do you need to know? How to earn money. How are you going to earn money? There's 4 ways. Actually, there's 5. But the 5th way is something that is done once you have 600 points. So how do I earn money? What do I have to do every day? I'm giving you the order for when this class finishes. If you don't have it, You can go to school. School is for everybody. And there you have short videos of how you earn money and short videos that can be more digestible. The setup of your team, that is super important. You need to put people on your left and on your right. Mistakenly, some people say, if I have all the flow from my sponsor, if you're mine, for example, and I have a lot of points, well, I just have to build on the other side. Nope. You have to build on your left and your right, and you have to know how to change your setup. That video is also in school. You have to know about all the emails that the company sends. There are some people that say, where did you see that promotion? Well, you included your email when you enrolled. I'm talking about common sense. I'm not even talking about business strengths. Okay? If you have been for over a month in the business and you don't know this, once we finish this call, you need to sit down if you want to grow, to search for these things in school. You need to know about all the emails. Believe in yourself. Listen to this. It's extremely important. Believe in yourself, believe in the product, and believe in the company. From the enemies, enemy number one of the human being is a lack of belief in oneself. You cannot believe in the product if you don't believe in yourself. That's point number one. Believe in yourself. You need to believe that this is possible for you, even though right now you don't have all the explanations. Even though right now I know people that until they don't understand the whole compensation plan, they don't start. Just start, my friends. Start. Take action, and you can learn along the way. Believing in the product. You need to believe that this that you have on your hand is the most amazing thing that there is. And let me tell you something. We had a meeting today. The company, you enrolled into the company in the perfect moment for Lifewave. Because right now, Lifewave has created a movement with the most important Latin leaders, and they are focused on how to help the Latin market to grow, to be able to reach other Latin American countries. This is the moment. Do you know what it is to be in a company? Today we were at a meeting and there's 8 leaders. There were 8 leaders in that meeting. Just 8 of the Latin market. And what Meredith is doing, what Geraldo is doing, what Janine is doing is tell me, what does the Latin market need for this to reach everyone? Not all the companies do that. David just earned in the Lifewave company 3 of the most important prizes in the direct sales industry. 3 of the most important prizes for the second consecutive year in a row. The company that is growing the fastest. It's the second year in a row. And David earned the prize for the most innovator of them all. Why? Because of what he's doing. And this is something that I studied last year. And I'm sure that next year he's going to win the prize for the water machine. So you are enrolling in the exact time. You need to believe in the company, you need to believe in yourself, and you need to believe in the product. What else do you need to know? E-wallet, that's how you get paid. You need to know, you have to know, all that is in school. Again, what I'm showing you is a summary of what you have to have in your hands so you don't give up and you say, yes, I can do this. Each time that your mind says you can't do it, I can do it. You can do it. Because if I can, you can. What do you need is just to believe that you can. And the discipline of dedicating yourself to doing what you have to do. The daily trainings. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because it makes me sad, when I see people that reach to director rank or manager rank, and suddenly you don't see them in the trainings. That's because they think they know everything. So they think they know everything, they have all the knowledge, but the results are not showing that. Today, I saw 2 trainings, one from Esteban and Juan Carlos, and another one of a David video about the patches. Every day, I see something. Because if I start thinking that I know everything, I myself am going to look at myself in the mirror, and I myself am going to be very tough with myself. Because never do we ever know everything. And here we can learn for everything. I am always following seeing who I can learn from.
Hay
What
que
are
ser
they
detective, hay que
doing
estar
that I'm
encima.
not doing?
Si a ti no te apasiona
We have to be
eso,
detectives.
de verdad es que
We
te
have
conviene
to be
encima.
after it. If you don't feel
Perdónenme los
passionate with
celoteos.
that, truthfully, you don't want to do
Perdónenme
it. I'm
porque
sorry to
cuando
say
uno
it that
quiere lo
way.
más
I
valioso de
apologize
la vida
because
de
when
uno es
you
un hijo.
have the most
Y cuando
valuable
tu
thing in your
hijo,
life, which is your child,
tú das a
and
luz
when
y no
your child,
sabes
when you
porque te
give
duele y
birth
tú tienes que
and you don't know
amamantar a tu
because
hijo y
you're
te
in
duele
pain
cojones
and
y
you
tú te
have
quedas
to
ahí para que tu hijo se muera.
breastfeed your baby and it hurts
Entonces, si
like
tú de
crazy, but
verdad
you stay
quieres,
there
dices, yo
so your son
sueño
can
con de
feed.
verdad tener
So
mi
if you
casa
truly
financiera,
want it,
yo
if you
sueño
dream with having
tener un
financial
gran
freedom,
propósito y yo quiero
if
que la gente
you
sepa de este programa,
dream with
no
having an
podemos
enormous
parar.
purpose
Pero
and you want
nuestra
people to know about the
mentalidad
product, we
es
cannot stop. But our
esencial,
mindset is
esencial.
crucial.
Entonces,
The
cosas que
mindset
debes
is
tener en
crucial.
cuenta.
So
Y
things
la
that
voy a
you
hacer
need to
breve
take
porque a las
into
3:30
account,
se
and
me
I'm
va a
going
entregar
to
la
be
mano.
brief because at 4:30
Uno,
Marta's going to
tu por
speak.
qué. Please, escribe esto.
Sorry,
¿Por qué?
at 5:30
No puede ser por moda, gente.
or
No puede.
6:30, depending on where you are.
Si es por moda, te
So
vas a
one,
rendir. La
your
motivación
why.
dura
Your
segundos,
why cannot be
minutos.
fashion. If it's something fashionable, you're going to
Propósito
give
y
up.
por qué
Motivation lasts
dura para
seconds.
toda la vida.
Purpose and having a why,
No lo vas a
that
abandonar.
lasts
¿Qué
forever.
más
You're
debes
not going
saber?
to abandon.
¿Qué quieres lograr
What
con
else do you
esto?
need to know? What do you want
¿Qué
to
más
achieve with
debes
this?
saber? ¿Qué tipo
What
de
else do you
personas
need to
quieres
know?
atraer?
What kind of
Quiero
people do
hablarte
you
aquí de
want to
algo.
attract? I want to talk to you about something.
Nuestro producto mejora salud.
Our product improves
Pero
health.
si tú entraste por
But
negocio,
if
a ti
you
no te debe
enroll
dar ni
due to the
pena
business,
ni
you should
vergüenza
not be
hablar de la
embarrassed
oportunidad de
to
negocio
talk about the
y
business
decir,
opportunity
lo
and to
atraigo por la
say,
salud
do I attract them
y después le
due
hablo
to
del
their health
negocio
issues? And I
desde
speak
mi
about the
perspectiva.
business afterwards from my perspective.
Es realmente algo que
That is
yo no he
something
visto
that truthfully,
resultado y te
I
voy a decir
haven't
por qué.
seen results in that.
Lo ha
And I'm
dicho
going to tell you
Mariana,
why.
Mike lo dijo el otro
Mariana
día en
spoke
el evento
about
que
it.
tuvimos en Tulsa
Mike also
y
spoke
todos los
about it in
líderes
the
grandes lo
Tulsa
dicen.
event, and all the great
Tú
leaders say that.
atraes entonces
You
personas
are
que tienen una
attracting
condición
people
médica.
who have
La
a
realidad
health
es que nosotros no
issue.
somos doctores.
And the reality is that we're not doctors.
Ojo, con esto no quiero decir, esto debe
So
compartirse. Esto debe
this is
compartirse
something that
porque
you have
esto
to share
sana y ayuda.
because
Hay que
this
ayudar a la
heals and
persona,
this
no sana,
helps
ayuda a la
people.
persona. Pero tú tienes que pensar
It
como
helps people,
empresario
not
o
heals.
empresaria.
But you have to
Tienes
think
que
as a
tener en claro,
business
tú
person.
tienes un negocio
As a
que
business person, who
construir
do you want in your team? Because you have a
y la
business that you need to
realidad
build.
es que
And the
si tú te
reality
dedicas a
is
hablar de
that
solo
if you
enfermedad
dedicate
y lo que
yourself
esto
to only
ayuda
talking
en tu
about
salud
illnesses
porque te
and how
sientes
this
más
helps your
cómodo,
health
más
because you feel
cómoda y
better,
sientes que
more
es más
comfortable,
fácil,
and you feel
estás
that it's
atrayendo a las
easier,
personas que no
then
tienen
you're attracting
mentalidad
people
de
that don't have
empresarios.
an
Porque si se
entrepreneur
sienten
mindset.
mal y están
Because if
enfermos,
they're
lo
not
menos que
feeling
están
well and they're
pensando ahora es
sick,
de
the
tener un
last thing they're
negocio.
thinking about is
Lo
starting
menos.
a business. That's the
Lo que están
least thing
pensando ahora es
on
cómo
their
me voy a
minds.
curar.
They're thinking on how to
Entonces
get
tú
cured
tienes que tener un balance.
and how to
¿Cómo
feel better.
comparto
So you
la
have to have a
salud para
balance
tus dos
between sharing
pertenencias?
for
Porque
health,
compartir a la
but you
gente
also
correcta
need to
con
share with
mentalidad
the
correcta
correct people with
para poder hacer
business
negocio.
mindsets
Entonces, ojo, es una elección.
to
Yo
be
tengo
able to
claro
work the
quién yo
business.
quiero atraer. Yo,
So
Rachel.
it's a
Y
choice.
te lo
I have
traigo a
clear who I want to
colación y a
attract,
la
me,
mesa
Rachel.
porque son
I'm
preguntas
just bringing this
importantes
to
que
the
tú tienes
table
que hacer.
because these are important
Tú quieres
questions that you need
crecer
to
y
ask.
tienes que
Do you want to grow?
autoevaluarte.
You need
Esos
to
son los ejercicios
self-assess yourself.
más
Those
enriquecedores
are
para
the
cualquier
most
ser humano.
enriching exercises for
Autoevalúa
any human being.
todo en tu vida. Tu
Self-assessing
negocio,
everything in your
tus
life,
emociones,
your
tu
business,
espiritualidad,
your
tus
emotions, your
relaciones, tus
spirituality,
amigos,
your
todo. Autoevalúa para
relationships,
que
your
entonces lo que no
friends,
te guste tú puedas
everything.
cambiarlo. ¿Qué otra
Self-assess so
cosa
you
tú
can
tienes que
change
ver?
whatever you don't like. What else do you
Que
need to
debes
see?
tener piel muy dura
That
para
you
el
have to have
rechazo.
very thick skin for
Cada vez
rejection.
que alguien me dice, no, porque
Every
todo el
time
mundo
that
me
somebody
dice que
says
no,
no, because
o
everybody says
desarrollas la
no,
piel dura
or
para
either
el
you
rechazo
develop
o
a
esto no
thick
es para ti.
skin towards
Y
rejection,
de
or
nuevo,
this is not for you.
ante esto no es
And
para ti, hay
again,
dos opciones.
there's two
Me quedo con
options
esto,
that
no es
you
para
can
mí,
do. You
o lo
can take.
adapto
You can
a
say,
que
okay,
sea
this
para
is
mí.
not for me, or I can
Porque es una
adapt
buena
this so it
oportunidad
is for
y
me
no la voy a
because it is
perder.
a good opportunity and I'm not going to lose it.
Oportunidades como esta, muy
Opportunities
pocos
like
se
this
tienen,
one,
escúchame.
you
Bien
don't have
pocas
many
veces.
of them in
Otra
life.
cosa
Listen to me, there's
que
not
debes
many of those
entender,
in life. Another thing that
que
you need to
todo el que
understand
empieza contigo no
is
va a
that
terminar contigo.
each person that starts with you will not
Personas que nos ayudaron a nosotros a
forcibly
llegar a manager,
end
a
with you.
llegar a
People
SPD,
who helped us to reach
hoy
manager
en
and
día no están en
SPD,
el negocio, muchos de
nowadays they're
ellos.
not in the business, many
Que
of
si tú
them.
te aferras a esos
So
4
if
clientes que tú
you
tuviste, Dios
are
mío
going to
quiere, y
latch
derecha
to
para
those 4
manager,
clients that you
no
started
vas a
with,
avanzar.
2 at the left and
Si
2
tú
at the
eres
right for
cliente que tú
manager, you're
tienes que
not going
seguir
to advance. sense. If you don't understand that you need to continue recruiting, calling, sharing, You're going to keep those 4 clients and you're not going to move forward. And afterwards, you say it's the business. No, it's not the business. It's you because you didn't continue repeating. Repeating is success. Repeating is success. So you need to continue repeating to be able to enroll people and sell product. You need to do it. And you need to continue growing. Growth, personal growth is important. If you're not reading, if you're not studying, if you're not investigating, if you're not sharing, if you're not believing in what you have, and you just speak embarrassed, like when you need to speak about auto shipment, you're not going to move forward. You won't move forward. You have to know that whoever starts with you will not finish with you. You don't have to be pulling on whoever doesn't want to work the business. Let them go. Be freed from that. Search for people who do want to work the business. But to find people who want to work the business, you need to believe in it. And you need to change your mindset. Have your clear goals, what you're learning every day. Be disciplined. And remember, please, to do the things that must be done with the testimonials that we use, with the things that we say. Let's not use the word healing or curing. We're going to use the word helping. Let's be careful with the sensible testimonials that we use. The world of parents that have children with special conditions is a sensitive world. So be careful with what you use, be careful with what you say. We have to be responsible. I am not going to get into the lives of people that sell in other countries and want to do things. Me, Rachelle, I'm just focused on the countries that we're in. Everyone can decide what they do. But each time I take my eye off the country where there is to put my eye in the country where there is not, I'm losing focus on what I can do where the company is. That is the way that I see it. I'm not saying that you have to think the same way. I'm repeating here, we are sharing everything that works and that doesn't work. So you don't repeat what doesn't work. But at the end of the day, you decide if you take it or not. I have a goal to grow. The reason why I proposed Marta to speak, because I love learning and I saw a business presentation that Marta, Juan Carlos, and Esteban are doing. The team is doing an amazing job. They have a lot of experience. Go search for them, see what they do, change the way that you speak, imitate them. And when I saw that call and when I heard Marta, I know that many people, when they hear me, or they hear my husband, or they hear Jay or Jimena, or Monica Pascual, or anyone, they can say, yeah, because they have experience, of course. Marta has great experience, but what I loved about Marta is her way of connecting. It's like I felt that anybody could be successful. Marta is my best friend. That's how I felt. She speaks amazingly, very practically, and I think she can connect very well with you. So I asked Marta, I invited her, and I said to her, please, if you can be with us, I would love for you to talk today. So Marta, first of all, thank you for being here. And two, go ahead so we can listen to you and take notes and ideas, write everything down and apply it. If you don't apply it, everything stays as it is. Go ahead, Marta, please. Thank you for being here. Rachelle, that was so exciting. On the contrary, I'm super excited to be here. How's everyone doing? I'm doing really well. I'm really excited. Truthfully, what an honor. When you sent me a message, I said, what, me? But truthfully, we all start from a little step and we grow more and more and more. And I think that I feel very happy to be here, especially seeing so many faces, all of them smiling, all with amazing energy. We can notice clearly that we have the patch on, right? We see smiles and many other things, and we know that somebody is improving, somebody is feeling better. And truthfully, I think that what has helped us most to create this connection amongst us, how we connect with the people who are in Zoom, how we connect with people when you offer the business, how do you connect with each one of us, not only for the business, but to change their lives. And I think that that is what we're doing. We are having a purpose and we're searching for the way to change everyone's life to better, to a better health, to more free time, to a mom that wants to be more present with her kids,
una
somebody who
mejor
wants to
casa,
travel,
bueno, hasta tener una
somebody who wants to
mascota.
have a
Bueno,
better
creo que de
house,
todo podemos
or
encontrar
even
y
have a
de
pet.
eso se trata
I think we
de
can
buscar
find
cómo podemos
about
ayudar y podemos
everything,
dejar.
and
Yo
this is
siempre
what
digo,
this is
con esto
about,
es un
to see how
granito
we
que
can
estoy
help.
poniendo en el
I
mundo
always
para
say
que estoy
that this
ayudando a
is
alguien más.
just
Donde
one
puedo
step
decir,
that
wow,
we're
hoy
giving
desperté
to
y me
help
siento
others
increíble porque hice algo
feel
malo.
wow.
Porque
I
gracias a que
woke
a
up and
mí
I did
apenas ayer
something
una prima
incredible
me
because
conectó con
thanks
esta
to a friend
persona
of a
que le
friend of a
podía
cousin
mejorar, ¿no?
connecting me
Y de eso se trata
to
esto.
this
Entonces, bueno,
person
gracias
that
Rachel,
changed
gracias
my
a todos
life.
por sus
And that's what
hermosos
this is about.
comentarios. En verdad
So
no
thank you,
tienes idea
Rochelle, and
lo
thank you
hermosa que
everybody
eres.
for your amazing
Hice una
messages.
pequeña presentación, estaba
And
platicando
I
Rachel y yo
did a little
qué es lo
short
que quería
presentation
presentar, qué
with
decirles.
Rochelle and
Bueno, yo
myself.
soy director,
I
estoy
am
cumpliendo
a
mañana
director.
5 meses en la empresa, no
Tomorrow,
lo puedo
I
creer. O
will
sea,
turn 5 months in the
rápido
company.
se
I
ha
can't
pasado
believe it.
que
How
llevo 5 meses
fast
aquí, que
this
hemos estado
happened that I've been
volando
for
y la
five
verdad
months in
que
the
hemos
company
visto un crecimiento
and
impresionante.
we have seen an
Tengo
incredible
varios
growth.
managers
I have quite a few managers
en mi red, tenemos un
in
director,
my
tenemos
network.
varios que están a
We have
punto,
a
o sea, no,
director. We have a few
ya,
that are
ya hasta
just
tenemos la foto
about to
preparada para
reach. We
que sea,
already
pero
have the
bueno,
picture
esperemos que
ready to
pronto, pero aparte es una
announce
emoción ver
that
cómo
they
cada uno
reached. I
crece,
hope
que yo creo
that
que
soon
por
they
eso
will.
estoy aquí.
And it's
Me
exciting
emociona
to see
más
how
ver
everyone
en qué
grows. That's
momento
why I
alguien
think
va a
I'm here.
llegar a tener un
I'm more
logro
excited
que
to
lo que
see at
puede
what
suceder,
time
¿no? O sea,
somebody
es
is
el
going to
logro
have
de
an
los demás
achievement
y eso es a lo
than
que
what
les
could
invito a
happen.
ustedes.
It's other
Emociónense
people's
por su gente,
achievements what makes me
emociónense, sientan y
excited. And I
conecten con
invite you
ellos qué es lo que van a poder lograr.
feel
Y de
excited
la misma
when
manera
your
conectarnos con la
team
persona
reach
con la que
their
vamos
goals,
a empezar a
connect with
trabajar.
them and their
Entonces,
objectives
bueno, voy a
and
presentar
connect them
rápido.
with the person that
Hice
they're going
una
to open the business
breve
with. So let me do a
presentación
presentation
de
fast, a
cómo
brief
le hago yo, porque me decía
presentation
Rachel, bueno,
on
pues
how
sería muy
I,
interesante
because
que me
Rochelle
platicaras
said, I
cómo
would like
platicas el
you to
negocio con
talk
otras personas.
about how do
Entonces,
you talk
les voy a
about the
decir
business with other
un
people.
poco
So
de
let
cómo
me show
me
you a
acerco
bit
yo
of
cuando hablo
how
con
I
alguien del
get close
negocio.
to someone
Y
and I speak about
realmente,
the
¿qué es
business.
lo que hago yo? Bueno,
And
primero
generally,
empiezo
what is it that
hablando
I do?
con una
Well, first I
pregunto con,
start
¿te
talking about
gustaría ganar
myself.
dinero
I
compartiendo
ask,
salud?
would you like to earn
Em,
money sharing
Esto
about
es
health?
un modelo probado en
This
América Latina.
is a
¿Cómo te
proven
sentirías
digital
ganando
model
100,
from
200
your
mil
home.
dólares extra a la
How would you
semana?
feel
Todos
having
con ellos
a
y
hundred,
sucede
two
algo muy
hundred, a
bonito.
thousand
O sea, no
dollars
nada más me
extra
estoy conectando,
a
digo,
week?
obviamente yo
What would
ya
you
me
do with this? So
acerqué
not only
a
do
esa
I connect,
persona
obviously I
de
already got
saber
close to
que le
that
interesa
person,
obviamente al
to
patrón, estoy
knowing that
sobre el
she or
mercado,
he is
estoy hablando
interested.
sobre esto, pero también estamos
And I'm
acercándonos a
talking
ver qué
about this,
más
but
podemos
we're also
decirles.
asking, what
Bueno,
else can we
espérame que
tell
me
you?
falta creo que
Okay, wait a second. I think we're
la página
missing
1. Espérame,
page
Rachel.
one.
Empecé con la hoja 2.
Oh, I started with
Tranquila.
page two, Rochelle.
Yo dije, no, yo tenía una hoja
It's
más.
fine. I was sure that I had a page one. Okay, here it is.
Perdónenme, chicos. Ahí voy.
Sorry.
Vamos aquí.
Let's see.
Ok. Empezar contigo. Lo que queremos es que te conectes con
So to
esta
start with
persona.
yourself,
Ya
what
empiezas a
we
hablar de
want is
ti.
for you
Yo
to
siempre
connect with that
empiezo con una
person
historia
and talk
real,
about yourself.
personal.
I
¿Qué
always
es lo
start
que
with
vi
a
en
real
Lifewave?
personal
¿Qué es
story.
lo que
What
realmente
did I
me
see in
encanta? ¿Qué es lo que quiero
Lifewave?
hacer? ¿Qué me llama
What do I see
atención
in people?
del
What do I
producto y
want
del
to do?
negocio? Y
What
siempre
calls my
tratamos de
attention
hablar
about the
con
product and
60
the business?
segundos,
And I
2
always
minutos
try to
máximo
speak
de
for
tu
60 seconds,
experiencia,
2 minutes
qué es lo que ha
max
pasado.
on
Y si
your
puedes compartir
personal
1 o 2 segundos
experience of what
rápido qué
happened.
sucedido,
And
eso es
if you
maravilloso
can
porque nos va a
share
conectar a
with
esa
other
persona que
people,
está ahí y
that
que
will
quiere saber
connect
un
us
poco más
with the
sobre lo
person
que es el
there
producto.
that wants to
Ahora
know a
sí,
bit more
voy
about
a
the product.
preguntar qué es lo que
So
quieres
now
lograr,
I'm
qué
going to
estás
ask,
buscando como
what do I
ingreso extra,
want? What am
qué
I searching for?
pasaría si
Do
tienes
you need an
esto,
extra
¿no? ¿Qué
income?
es lo que estoy
What would
haciendo? Estoy
happen
guiándolo
if
hacia
you
el
had
negocio,
extra
porque
income?
obviamente
I'm
muchas
guiding
veces
them to
estamos
the
nada más
business
hablando del
because
producto,
many
pero
times we're
también
just
la
talking about the
empresa
product.
que ellos, que yo creo que, díganme aquí, ¿quién no está buscando sus
So tell
$200
me,
extra?
who is searching
¿Quién
for
le
200
cambiaría
extra
vida con
dollars?
$1000 extra a la
Who would
semana?
life would
Yo
change with a
conozco, no
thousand
nada
extra
más en mi
dollars?
país, sino en muchos lados, que eso sería el
Not only
cambio
in my
absoluto en su
country,
casa,
that would
nada
change
más por empezar
completely
a
my
conectar.
house.
Y el
You would
decirle a
have
esa
that
persona,
income.
cuando estás hablando con él, ¿qué
And when you're
pasaría?
talking to that
Ya estás
person, what would
conectando con
happen?
esa persona. Todos
You're
los que
connecting
sabemos de
with
que
that
viene Semana
person.
Santa y viene de vacaciones, ¿cuántos de nosotros nos ponemos a
Everybody that
platicar con la
comes
persona y
in
dirías,
Easter,
oye,
for
¿qué vas
example,
a
on
hacer en las
vacations,
vacaciones?
and
¿Qué
you're like, what are you going to
pasaría
do on your
si,
vacations? What
en vez de
would
estar
happen if?
preocupándote si vas a tener dinero no para ir de vacaciones, tienes todo
instead of
ese
being worried about that,
tiempo, porque no nada más siempre es lo económico, sino también la libertad de
because it's
tiempo
not only
para
the
hacer lo que
economic
quieres estas
issue,
vacaciones.
the financial issue,
Conecta
but
con esa
time
persona
freedom
de
to do what you
vacaciones.
want on vacations,
Cuando estamos
connect with
hablando
that
con
person and
clientes
see what
y
they want.
ofrecerles si quieren el cliente o si quieres
So
el
when we're
productor,
talking about
siempre
that
buscamos también
person, to
ver
that
qué es lo que
person
estamos
and
buscando en cada uno.
wanting
Si
to
quieres
know
utilizar el
if they're
producto, si quieres ser
interested on being
cliente de
clients or
bienestar, quieres
promoters,
hablar como si
if they're
fuera siendo
interested in the
cliente. Yo
product, what
siempre les
kind of
pregunto,
well-being do they
¿eres una
want?
sentirte
I
mejor
always ask
o
them,
también te
do you
gustaría
just want
ganar
to feel
ingresos?
better,
or would you like
También
to
sí,
also earn
guiándolo también
income?
nuevamente si la
So
parte
it's just
negociable.
guiding them on
Nuevamente,
the business
cuando
side.
estamos hablando de la
Again,
oportunidad,
when we're talking
siempre
about
tenemos
the
que dejar esa
opportunity,
pequeña
we
semillita en
always
donde
have to
puedan ver una
leave that little
oportunidad de
seed
ingreso extra.
where we can see
¿Cómo
the
se te
opportunity.
sentiría si además
So
de
how would
mejorar tu
you feel
situación,
if
pudieras ayudar
instead
a
of
tu mamá
improving your
o a un
health only,
familiar
you could
a
also
tener
help your mom
un ingreso
or a
extra?
family member
¿Qué
to
es
have
lo
an
que,
extra income?
o si tú fueras la persona en tu casa que
Or,
empieza a pagar una parte de las
or
cuentas?
if you were that person
Nuevamente, nos estamos
in your
acercando a
house
conectar con ellos. Cuando estoy
that
hablando
can do that.
nuevamente de
So
los
again,
planes y
we're
estoy hablando
connecting
del bono de
about the
adopción y
plans.
que si las
We're
comisiones
talking about the
diarias y cómo es
bonuses,
magia,
the binary
nuevamente
commissions, the
me estoy
generation
acercando a ellos y
bonus.
empiezo a saber
Again,
más
we're getting close to
cómo
them
se
and I start to
sienten.
know
No
more
nada más
about
se
how
trata de
they feel,
presentar por presentar,
not
nuevamente
only
ya irnos
about
acercándose a ellos.
presenting the
¿Y qué es lo
business,
que me
but
encanta
getting close to
precisamente?
them.
Les
And
voy a
what
decir la
do I
verdad.
like
Es
to
un negocio
be
de
proud of?
distribución
The
digital.
company that we're
Lifewave se
in.
encargará
It's
del
a
producto,
digital
del envío, de la
business.
plataforma, de los
Lifewave is in
pagos.
charge of
Tú
the
solo tienes
product,
que
of
compartir
sending it,
tu
the platform, the
experiencia
payments.
y
You
generar
just to
ingresos.
need to share your
No tienes que hacer
experience
nada
and
más.
generate income.
Muchas personas
You
se
don't
acercan,
need
es
to
que
do
yo nunca
anything
he hecho
else.
esto en mi
Many
vida.
people come up
¿Cómo
to
lo
me
voy
and
a
they're
hacer?
like, but I've never
No se
done this in my
preocupe.
life. How am I
Nosotros
going to
aquí
do it?
tenemos toda la historia.
Don't
La
worry.
empresa
We have
ya lo
everything
tiene
ready.
listo.
The
No siempre
company
tienes
already
que
has
irte a
everything ready.
detalle de
You don't
cómo
always have
cotizar.
to
Bueno,
go
tenemos
understand
algunos
the
que sí son como
compensation plan in detail.
que ya
Though we
sabemos que
do
quiero que
have
me
a few
expliques
people that
todos los
are very,
puntos
that we
y
know
esto y
that
que
they
pasa
want
el día
each point to
5
be
y quieres
explained
que
to
el
them
día
what
10,
happens
pero
on the
fue no fue
5th
el
and if it's the
jueves,
end of
pero
month
qué
or if
pasó
it
si
was
entonces
Thursday.
llega el
But
domingo,
what
pero
happened
fíjate
if
que son
Sunday comes
vacaciones.
and
Hay
look, we're
gente
on
que es así,
vacations. There's
pero
people that
generalmente no
need
te
to know
vayas
that.
más
But generally,
apasionado, o sea, lo que
you don't
queremos es
have
que
to
tenga
become
la
more
información
passionate
general.
about that. We
Queremos
just want
nuevamente
to have
generar
the
un
general
negocio, pero
concept.
también hacer emprendimiento.
You learn about the
Muchas
business and be
veces no
entrepreneurs
piensan
with
esto
us.
como una
Many
oportunidad
times
a
they
que
don't
sea
think
por
about
primera
this
vez
as an
empresario o
opportunity to
empresaria.
be a
No
business
nada más
person
esa
for
manita
the
de arriba
first
que decimos
time,
muchas,
not
sino que también
only
tú vas ahora a ser una empresaria.
housewives that many of us
Usemos un
are,
lenguaje
but also
simple,
business
usemos
people.
gráficos que nos
Let's use
apoyen.
a
Yo soy muy
simple
visual, no
language,
sé
graphs
ustedes,
to help
pero
us.
yo
I'm very
necesito dar para
visual. I
entender
don't
algo.
know
Un
about you,
canal 3
but I
horas
need to see
de
to
gráficos
understand.
superproducidos.
If you
Yo
talk to
necesito que me
me
enseñes. Y muchas
only
personas son
without
así.
showing me,
Entonces,
you
si tienes
lost me. I
información
need to see
de
it.
un
Many
poco de lo
people
que
are like
estás
this.
hablando,
If
yo lo
you
que
have
necesito son
information a
muchas,
bit
bueno,
about
mira,
what you're talking
Lifewave
about, what I
ya
use a
tienes la
lot is
manufactura lista,
look,
no te
in
preocupes.
Lifewave, you
Ya
have
tenemos bodegas en todo el
manufacturer,
mundo donde tienes todo
we
listo para que
have
te entreguen.
the
Tienes la
warehouses,
logística, van a
the
llegar a
whole
tu casa.
world.
Si están
You have
en
everything
Israel,
ready.
si están en
You have all the
Alemania, si están en
logistics if
Australia,
you're
no
in
te
Israel,
preocupes, ya la
in
logística ya
Germany,
es.
in
A mí me
Australia.
encanta
Don't worry, the
hablar y
logistics
presumir
is
a
there.
Lifewave. Me encanta
I love
presumir
to
a la
speak
empresa. Ya
about
tienes el
and
call
to brag
center
about
listo.
Lifewave.
Tenemos un staff rate, me
And
estaba diciendo
about
Rachel hace rato con la
Rachel
gente
was
con la que
talking
se está
about this,
coordinando.
about
Oye, ¿cuántas
the
veces una
staff
empresa
that we
se
have. How
acerca
many
contigo y
times
te
does a
pregunta, oye,
company
¿qué
go up to you
necesitas
and
para
asks
ayudarme
you,
a abrir el
what
mercado
do
de
you
Latinoamérica?
need to open the land
¿Cuántas
market?
veces? O sea, a mí de
How
verdad que
many
me vuela la
times?
cabeza y me
This
fascina
is
de
something
Lifewave,
that
que la empresa está
fascinates me
todo el
about
tiempo
Lifeway,
viendo
that the
cómo nos
company
ayudar y
is
tenemos el
always
corporativo
seeing how
preguntando
to
cómo
help
ayudar a
us,
sus
and we have the
trabajadores,
corporate
cómo te ayuda a que
asking
cambiemos
how
las
they can
personas, cómo
help us,
cambiamos
how could they
nosotros.
can help us have
Y
more people,
nuevamente
how could they can help
estamos
us
teniendo
change
esa
lives.
emoción que queremos
And
transmitir
again,
como
we're
gente
having that
cuando estás
excitement that we want
presentando el
to
negocio.
transmit to
Trata de
people
buscar a las
when you're
personas y
introducing the
oye, déjame
business.
ver qué
Try
oficinas
to search for
corporativas.
people like this.
Tenemos
We have our
un
corporate
negocio, la parte
offices.
de
We have
pagos
a
y demás.
business, the
No
whole
te
side of
preocupes, está
payments and
listo,
so
me
on.
estaba diciendo
Don't
Rachel, la
worry,
parte del
it's
wallet lo
ready.
tenemos todo perfectamente
We're
configurado.
saying
Y
this
lo
to
mejor es que
Rochelle.
tenemos ya toda una
We
herramienta
have
con la que
everything
yo le
perfectly
digo la
set up.
universidad
And the
de
best
Be the
part is
Light,
that we
porque
have
ya tenemos
the
todo listo,
University
tenemos
of Be the
toda la
Light,
información
which is an
lista.
amazing tool where we
Aunque
have all
también
the
la empresa nos
information
pide
that we need.
muchísima información.
Even though
El
in
pago
the
de
company we
comisiones
also
tenemos
get a
una
lot of
tranquilidad
information. For
enorme
commissions
que la
payments,
empresa
we're
va a estar
completely
puntual pagándote tus comisiones. Nada
happy because we
desaparece
know that the
porque
company pays
nuevamente
commissions
muchas
right on
veces
time and
llega
nothing
gente de
disappears
otras
because again,
experiencias, de,
sometimes
con otras
people come
vivencias,
from
demás.
other
Y si tú estás
experiences,
hablando con
other
ellos y les estás dando
terror
la
stories, and if
confianza
you're
que
talking
todo ha
to them
funcionado
and you're
perfecto,
giving them the
nuevamente
confidence that
van a
everything
tener
is
una
going to
conexión con
be
ellos. Hablamos de la
perfectly
tecnología,
organized.
hablamos
We
de que tenemos
generate
una
trust. We
página
talk
web
about
en
technology.
tantos
We talk
países y
about
cada vez
having a
más. Yo
web
espero
page
que
in 90
lleguemos muy
something
pronto a 100 y
countries and
tantos
more and more.
países.
And I hope we
Tenemos la
can reach
oficina
more than
virtual,
100
que eso
countries
también es
soon. We have
increíble,
the
el
virtual office,
entrenamiento, como
which is
Rachel dice,
incredible.
tenemos
The training,
entrenamientos toda
like
la
Rochelle,
semana.
we have
Invita a tu
trainings
gente, pero
every
también
week. So
dale
invite your people,
confianza a
but
que si
also
Alma
give
acaba de
them
entrar esta semana, si
confidence.
Jolie
If
acaba de entrar esta semana,
Alma
tengo ahí a
just
Karen, tengo a Alejandra, acabas de entrar esta
enrolled this
semana, no
week
te
or Jolie
preocupes,
enrolled
porque
this week,
tenemos
I have
entrenamiento para
Karen,
ti
I have
todos estos días.
Alejandra.
Si no es
Don't
el
worry
lunes, el
because
martes,
we
el
have training
miércoles y
for
el
all
si no, lo
these
tengo
days.
grabado.
If it's
Pero
not on
tienes
Monday,
todo,
Tuesday,
alguien
if
te
it's
va a
not on
estar
Tuesday and Wednesday,
acompañando
if
durante todo
not,
el camino.
I
Y es
have it
algo que lo que
recorded,
estamos
but
buscando
somebody
siempre en
is
estas
going to be with you
presentaciones,
during the
que
whole
cuando
ride.
llega alguien
And that's what
nuevo
we're
o cuando lo
searching for
estás
in these
invitando a hacer un negocio,
presentations.
cuando
When
lo estás
somebody
invitando a
arrives
formar
and you're
parte,
inviting them
a que
to
tenga todo
organize a
un
business
ecosistema
or to
que
try the
está ahí
product,
para
for them to
ayudarte.
have a whole ecosystem which is
Ahora,
there to help you. Now,
ok, cuando estamos hablando de los paquetes. Luego podemos
We're
ser
not talking about
muy
the
estructurados y
new
decir, está el paquete premium que puedes
kits. We
tener
can be
tantas
very
cosas.
structured
El
and say you
advanced
have
puede ser
premium, this and
nuevamente,
that,
pero tenemos otros.
advanced,
Yo lo que
that
hago
and that.
mucho y
But
lo
what
que
I
dice
try to
Rachel,
do a
¿cómo lo
lot,
cuentas
and
tú? Bueno,
Rochelle
yo
was mentioning,
generalmente le digo, bueno,
how do
si
you
tú
say
eres
it? Well,
premium, ya
generally,
tienes todo
if
para ti,
you're
ya tienes el
premium,
producto
you
para
already
ti,
have
para la
everything
gente
for
que
you. You
amas,
have the
para que
product for
mejores
you,
tu
for the
recorrido de
people that you love
nuestra
to
tienes
improve with
para
our
repartir
technology.
y nuevamente,
You
si tienes una
have
mentalidad de
patches
empresario,
that you can give
vas a
out.
tener el mejor
And
ahorro
again,
si
if you
tienes
have a
trabajo.
mindset,
¿Quién no
a
busca la
business
mejor
person
oferta por
mindset,
el
you're
súper? La
going to
mejor
have a
vez de que ayer
savings. Who
estaba en el
doesn't
súper y
search
hasta en el súper
for the
estaba
best
buscando oferta.
promotion always?
Así
Even
es
in the
que
supermarket, I
todos
was
estamos
searching
buscando una oferta.
for the
Nuevamente, por eso
discounts.
tenemos el
Everybody's searching
premium,
for a
porque
discount.
es
So
una
again,
opción
we
para que
offer
ahorren,
premium
porque es una opción
because
para que
it's an
lleguen a
option
mejor
for them to
ganancia.
save,
Y luego
for
llega
them
la
to have
advanced, que
better
le dices, bueno,
earnings.
ya
And then you have
quieres ser la
advanced,
parte
and
de
you're like,
distribuidor, si
okay,
quieres la
well,
parte
if you
básica,
want to
si
be a
quieres empezar a
distributor,
llevar tu
you
primer
want
venta,
to start
nuevamente,
with
conectarnos,
your
conectarnos con ellos,
basic
conectar con qué es lo que les
pack.
gustaría
Again, you have to
empezar a
connect with
llegar a
them.
tener.
You have to connect with what
Ellos
they would
poco a
like to
poco van
start
a querer,
doing.
yo siempre digo,
And little by
manager
little, they're
hasta el
going to
final de
want
este
to,
mes,
I
o
always
quieres
say,
llegar al primer paso,
manager
nuevamente.
until the
Y si quieres ser cliente nuevamente, lo mandas a
bones.
core, en donde
Just
tienes
create
producto
managers.
para
And
ti.
if they
Yo
want to be
empecé con
clients,
core.
send them to Core,
Yo soy
where
esa
you can have
persona que
product
llegó
for
como no
yourself.
tan segura, sin
I
querer,
started
no
with Core.
quería.
I was
Yo
what that
como que quería
person
probar
that
y la
wasn't
realidad es
sure.
que
I
empecé con
just
el
wanted
core
to
y
try
a
it.
los pocos días ya estaba
And
yendo
I
con
started
advance.
with
¿Por
Core.
qué? Porque
And a
mis hijos
few
luego
days
empezaban, desde
afterwards,
mi
I
esposo, desde a
changed to
mis
Advanced
hijos, luego ya
and
estaba
to Premium
pensando en la
because I
escuela, luego me
tried
enteré de
it
la
for me,
biblioteca
for my
y
husband,
empezamos a
my
crecer.
kids.
Eso
Then I
mismo
found
puedes
my neighbor
platicarlo
and my
cuando tú
friend,
estés
and
en
we
una
started growing.
presentación.
That is
Porque si
something
no
that you
fuiste
can talk
y tú
about when you're
fuiste esa
doing a
persona que
business
empezó con
presentation.
Premium,
If it
de
wasn't you
todos
and you
modos
were the
puedes
person
contarle
that
que
started with
Marta
Premium,
empezó
you
con
can let
Core
them know
y a
that
la
Marta
semana
started with
se
Core.
siguió con
And
Advanced
after a
y al
week,
poco
she
tiempo ya
decided
estaba
to go to
vendiendo más.
Advanced.
¿Por
And
qué?
little
Porque ella se
after,
convenció
she
que el
was
producto le
passing to
funcionaba.
Premium
¿Por
because
qué?
she was
Porque todos en
convinced
casa
that the
empezaron a ver
product was
cambios.
working
¿Por
because
qué? Porque
everybody
vio
at
una
home
oportunidad de
started
negocio,
feeling
porque se
changes
convenció
because
que
there was a
esa era
business
la mejor manera de
opportunity
empezar.
because it
Puedes
was the best
utilizar
way to
otras
start.
personas para
You
hablar
can
con ellos.
use other
Cuando
people
estés
to talk
hablando con una
about this.
persona,
When you're talking
no
with
nada más te quedas
someone,
con que, híjole, yo no tengo
not
producto,
only
yo
do
no
you
tengo el
have to
producto,
say,
pues
oh,
dame
I
tiempo
haven't
una
tried the
semana de
product,
empezar a
or
probar el
I've
producto.
only been
Utiliza
trying the product
todos
for a
esos
week. You
testimonios,
have
todas
to
esas personas
use
que estamos
all those
presentando para
testimonials
ti
from all
y
those
que has
people that
escuchado
we're
durante todo
introducing
este
you to
tiempo y
and that you
cuéntales
have heard
acerca de
during
esas
all this
personas.
time and
Cuando
let them
hables con
know
alguien del core,
about
puedes
this.
hablar sobre el
When you
beneficio de,
speak
oye,
to
¿qué crees que
somebody,
Marta
you could
empezó con
talk
Core y
about
ahorita
me. And you can say,
es
hey, I heard
director
that Marta
y se
started with
tardó
Core
5 meses,
and now she's a
pero después
director
pasó
and
en
she took
Advance?
five
¿Por
months.
qué? Puedes
But
contarle la
afterwards,
historia
she went
y
to
puedes
advanced.
inspirar a
And
esa
you can talk
persona que a
about
lo
my
mejor en este
experience
momento no está en
and you
esa
can inspire
posibilidad
that person
de
that
comprar ese
maybe
paquete
right
grande,
now doesn't
pero
have
no
the
le estás
possibility of
negando la
purchasing that
oportunidad
bigger
de
pack,
tener
but
un
you're not
negocio así
denying the
y que
opportunity for
muy
them to
pronto
have
puedes
a
llegar a lo que
business
ellos
and
quieren
that
y
very
que muy
soon
pronto
you
puedas
can
tener
reach
ese
whatever they want
antecedente y eso
and
es lo
very
gratificante,
soon
¿no?
they can have
Bueno,
that they are searching for.
hay personas que ganan y esto es algo que también
There
te
are
debo de
people
decir mucho
that
para que
earn,
vean que
and this is
también
something that
tenemos ese
I try
potencial.
to highlight
Enseñamos
too
mucho en las
for you
presentaciones
to
con Rachel,
understand.
enseñamos
But
mucho
we
estas
teach
imágenes de
people
las
with
diferentes
Rochelle,
oficinas y
we
eso
show
hace que nos
images of the different
conectemos con ellos.
offices, and that
Hay
makes us
personas que
connect
ganan
with them too.
$100,
There
hay
are some
personas que
people
ganan
that
más de
earn a hundred dollars,
$50,000 al mes,
others more than
depende de tu
$50,000 a
compromiso.
month,
Y aquí, como dice
depending on your
Rachel,
commitment.
depende mucho
And
del
here, how
compromiso que
Rochelle
tenemos
says, it
nosotros
depends on your
para
commitment.
ver cuánto podemos crecer. Si yo me conecto, como lo dijo Rachel, una vez
To
al
see
mes
how we
y
can
no hablo
grow. If I
absolutamente con
connect,
nadie
like
más que
Rochelle
con
says,
la
just
almohada
once,
sobre la
and I don't
increíble que me
speak to
siento o
anybody
los parches,
except for
posiblemente no voy a
to
tener
my
ninguna
pillow
oportunidad
about how
de
incredibly I
empezar a
feel with the
crecer como yo
patches,
quiera.
I'm definitely
Pero si
not going to
empiezo a
have the
hablar más, me
opportunity to grow how I
comprometo, me
want.
apoyo de
But
mi
if I
equipo,
start
que
to
es lo que
talk
hago,
more,
me
I'm committed
apalanco de
and
toda
I
la gente que
support
está
myself with
creciendo,
a team
porque eso es algo
and everybody who's
maravilloso.
building,
No estás
because this
llegando
is
aquí a una
something
empresa que
marvelous.
acaba de
You're
empezar,
not waiting for a
que no tiene
company
nada de información,
that
que
just
nadie ha crecido,
started, that
que
doesn't
nadie
have any
sabe cómo
information,
venderle a las demás
that
personas.
didn't
Aquí
grow,
ya
that
todo el
nobody
camino
knows
está
how
hecho.
to sell them.
Así es
All
que
the
si tú
path
eres nuevo,
is
no te
taken
preocupes,
here
aquí
for you.
estamos todos
So
nosotros
if
y
you're
damos
new, don't
acompañamiento
worry.
gratuito.
We're all here for you, and we're
Ayúdate
going to be
con todo lo que
for
estamos
you
ayudándote
along
a
the
ti
way.
para crecer.
Help
No
yourself with
tienes que
everybody
empezar
who's
desde
helping
cero,
you
puedes
to grow.
empezar
You don't
con
have
todo
to
lo que
start
ya
from zero.
construimos para que
You can
juntos,
start with
contigo,
everything that we built.
lleguemos a esa meta
So
que
together
buscamos.
with you, we can
Y otra
reach
cosa
that
que me
goal
gusta
that
es
you're
no
searching for.
o
And
sea, no
another thing
hacerlo
that I like
de
is
no
to not
presionarte.
pressure,
Tú
the option
eliges
of not
si quieres
pressuring.
usar,
You can
compartir
choose if
o
you want to
construir.
use,
Estoy
share,
convencida,
or
y aquí me
build.
gusta mucho
I
siempre
am
decirles
convinced,
a
and
la
I
gente
very
lo que
much
ha pasado.
enjoy
Estoy
to
convencida
saying
que
what
con los
happened to you.
resultados que
I
tú
am
tengas,
convinced that with the
no vas a
results
parar
that
de
you
compartirlo
achieve,
diario
you're not
y la
going to
gente
stop
te quiere
sharing this
salvar
daily,
ahorita.
and the
De la
people that
misma
you
manera
love
que
are going to notice.
recomendarías un restaurante o tu salón
In the
favorito,
same way
vas a
that you would
recomendar este
recommend a
paquete.
restaurant
Por eso es
or
que
your
te
best
recomiendo que llegues a este paquete.
hair
Por eso es que
salon,
te recomiendo
that
que
is why I
empieces con
recommend
este
you
negocio.
to start with the best
Y
pack.
muy
That's why
importante,
I'm
no
recommending
garantizar
you to start in
resultados.
this business.
Esa
And
parte,
very
Rachel,
important, don't guarantee
yo
anything.
la verdad es que
That
sí
part,
trato de
Rochelle,
nunca decir no.
truthfully, I
Yo te
do try to
prometo que
never
si te
say
pones
no.
este parche a
I
partir de mañana
promise that
vas a
if you
estar
wear
bien.
this patch
No, no, no,
starting
no, no, es que
tomorrow, you're
antes de que
going
yo
to
con el
you're
X39 te va
going
a
to
curar
lose
o vas a ver
15
o vas a
pounds,
dormir 15 horas.
or it's going to cure
Tratamos de
you, or
no
you're going to
garantizar
sleep
ningún
for 15
resultado, pero
hours
sí
in
podemos
a row.
darle.
We try not to
Lo que
guarantee any
sucedió
results,
con
but what we
Susana, lo que
can
sucedió
do
con
is the
Alma,
same thing
ha
that
sido
happened with
eso.
Susanna and with
¿Puedes ser
Dalma,
tú esa persona de
which
éxito?
was,
Sí,
can you
pero no
be that
sabemos si va a
successful
ser
person?
en una
Yes,
semana o
but
en
we
6
don't know
meses.
if it will be
Lo
in a week or
importante
in
es que
6
por
months.
lo que yo he
The
visto,
important
sí
thing
puede suceder,
from what I've seen
pero
is
no te
that it
vas a
can happen,
garantizar que ese
but
resultado
you're
va a
not
llegar.
going to guarantee anything.
Nunca terminar con qué opinas.
Never finish with what do you think.
¿Ves esto como un producto para ti y
You
la
see
gente que
this as a
amas?
product for you and the
¿Qué
people that you
pasaría?
love.
Ay,
What would
¿qué
happen?
pasaría si también lo consideras como
What
una
would
fuente
happen if
de
you
ingreso
also
para ti?
consider this as a source of income for you?
Esto a mí, la verdad, me gusta mucho
This
explicarlo en
is
inglés y
something that
nuevamente, ¿qué
I very
pasaría
much enjoy.
si esto
What
cambiara
would
tu vida?
happen if
¿Qué
this could change your
pasaría?
life?
Y
What
aquí
would
está la
happen
solución. Y
if
nuevamente
you
tenemos
have the solution
la
here?
seguridad de los 30
And
días, la
again,
garantía,
we have
tenemos
the
una empresa
30-day
que nos
money
respalda.
back guarantee.
Pero
We have
¿qué
a
pasaría? ¿Te
company that
gustaría? Esto me
supports us.
encanta.
But
¿Te gustaría
what would happen? And
aprender
I
a
love this.
a
Would
generar
you
ingresos
like to learn
desde
to
tu
generate
celular
income
compartiendo
from your
algo que
cell
mejora tu
phone,
vida? Dejar tu
sharing
huella en el
something that
mundo.
improves your
Muchas de
life,
nosotras, y
to
muchos de
leave your
nosotros lo hemos
footprint?
hecho, siempre
Many of
estamos
us
buscando dejar algo
are
atrás.
always searching
Un
how
pequeño
to do this.
algo. Le ayudé a mi mamá, le ayudé a mis
If
hijos, le
something
ayudé
that can
a
help my
mi
mom
vecina. O
or
sea,
my
como que ese
kids or my
sentimiento de
neighbor,
ayudar a alguien
that
más, creo que es algo que
feeling of
todos
helping
nos llena.
someone else,
Y si
I
tú
think
desde
is
ahorita,
something
como
that
estás hablando con
makes us
alguien,
feel
le
fulfilled.
estás
And if
ofreciendo
right
la
now you're
oportunidad
talking to
de
somebody
dejar algo
and
mejor
you're
para alguien más,
offering them the
creo que eso
opportunity
puede ayudar.
to
Y
leave something
aparte,
better
lo
for
puedes
someone
hacer
else,
desde tu
I
celular.
think that can
Bueno,
help you.
yo creo que
And if
nadie
you can
diría
do it
que
from
no,
your cell
porque
phone,
desde tu
well,
casa
I
lo
think
puedes
nobody
hacer.
would say no,
No tienes que
because
estar
you can
6
even
horas
work from
conectada, no
your
tienes que
home.
ir a
You don't have
trabajar
to
de
be
8 a
connected for
9,
6 hours.
no
You don't
tienes que
have to
hacer
go to work
nada de
from
eso,
8
o no
to
tienes
9.
que comprometerte con
You don't need
horarios
to be
largos ni
committed
con hacer
with
nada. Lo
difficult
puedes hacer desde tu
schedules or
celular.
doing
Lo ha
anything. You
dicho
can do it
Mike
from
varias
your
veces,
cell
él
phone.
conectado en su Zoom
But Mike said
durante
very
varios
a
meses,
lot of times
hizo
connected on
santuarios.
his Zoom
¿Qué va a
during
pasar
many
si tú
during a
mañana
few
eres
months.
esa
He
persona que se
created
está
an empire.
presentando
What would
esas
happen if the day of
cantidades de
tomorrow
miles de dólares
you are that
semanales?
person
Y eres
who
tú, porque
is
tú vas a estar
introducing
ahorita en el
thousands of dollars a
2025
week,
diciendo,
and
mira,
it's you
esta
because
soy
you're
yo,
going to
Charo,
be from
y en el
2025
2025
saying,
estaba
look,
ganando esto,
this is
y
me
en el
now, and in
2026 estaba ganando
2025 I
esto. O
was
sea, tú ya te
earning
estás
this,
conectando con las
and
personas.
you are already connecting with others.
No explico todo yo. Yo
I don't
siempre
explain
busco
everything
todas las
myself. I always
herramientas.
search for all
¿Y
the
cuáles son
possible
las
tools.
herramientas que puedes utilizar tú para acercarte a
And one of
ventas?
the tools
Los
that you
videos
can use to
oficiales de
get
la
close to others,
compañía,
the official videos of the
presentaciones cortas,
company,
virtuales o
short
presenciales.
presentations,
Tenemos videos
virtual or in person.
extraordinarios de 6 minutos, de
We have
15 minutos,
extraordinary
de
6
media
minutes or
hora, que
15
puedes
minutes
utilizar tú
videos,
para
half an
mandarles a
hour
esas
videos
personas.
that you can
Las
use to
páginas
send
en
to
donde
those
ya viene
people.
información general,
The
donde viene
pages where
toda la
there's
información del
general
registro 29,
information,
donde viene toda
where
la
there's
parte
all the
científica,
X39
desde
information, the
planes, que
whole
son los estudios,
scientific part, the
utilízalo.
plans, the
Muchas
studies.
veces,
Use
hace rato
them.
me escribió una
Many
persona, un
times,
promotor
a
mío, me
little
dice,
while
oye,
ago,
tengo una
somebody wrote
persona
me a
que
message
es
and
súper
said,
científica y que quiere
hey, I
todas
have
las
a
partes de
person
cómo
who is
hacemos.
super
No te
scientific
preocupes, aquí
and
está esta
wants to
página
know
que se
all
mete
the
y que
numbers.
busque. No trates tú
Don't
de
worry,
saberlo
you got
todo.
this page here.
Tenemos
Don't
tantos
try to learn
recursos
everything on
que
your own.
utiliza esos
We have
recursos
so
para
many
aumentar.
resources that you
En la
should use
página
the ones that are
de
going to help
Lifewave
you. In the
hay
Lifewave
muchos
page,
estudios de
there are
todo.
many
Eso lo puedes
studies of
utilizar tú.
everything.
Y también
You
dentro
can
de
use
This Is It
this.
y
And
también dentro de
also in
School,
This Is It, and
tenemos
also in
de Be the Light,
school,
tenemos
and Be
varios
the Light, we
videos y
have
varias
a few
información
videos
que podemos
and
utilizar para mandar a otras
information
personas.
that we can
Utiliza
use
estas
to send to
herramientas,
other people. Use
utiliza
those
estos
tools.
testimonios grabados.
Use
Tenemos,
those
bueno, yo
recorded
estoy impactada de
testimonials.
esos desde
I
Telegram, de
felt an
WhatsApp, esas
impact
páginas
on
y yo nada más
Instagram,
de repente me
WhatsApp,
hablan y me escriben, ¿sabes qué,
and
Rachel?
suddenly
No
they write
podemos estar
messages
seguidos
and they call
conectadas.
me, and
O
Rachel,
alguien habla y me
we
dice, oye,
couldn't be
Marta,
more
tienes un
connected, because
testimonio.
when somebody calls me and says, hey, Martha, you have a testimonial,
Sí hay. Y estoy segura que si ahorita pones
there
en
is. I'm
TikTok
sure
vas a
that if
encontrar
right
200.
down right now you write
Pero
that
si tú
in
le dices,
TikTok, you'll
ya
find
tenemos
200. But if
X39,
you say
células, ser regeneradas, van a
X39,
fortalecer ese immune
regenerating
system,
your
vas
stem
a
cells
tener
is
mucho
going to
más
give you
oportunidad
results.
de estar
You're going to
buscando
have many more
ayuda.
opportunities
Porque
than
todas las
just
personas
searching
tienen
for
alguna
people,
situación,
because
pero
everyone
todas
has a
con las células,
situation,
todas con
but
nuestros
everyone with
propios
themselves
tenemos
could be
muchos
helped.
testimonios grabados
So don't worry if
sobre
you don't
esto.
have testimonials, but we have a lot of testimonials
Llamadas
recorded
telefónicas,
that you
si
can
tú
use.
no has utilizado tu
Three-party
realizar
calls.
una
If
llamada,
you
te
haven't
invito a
used
que
your
lo hagas ahorita.
upline to
Si en
schedule a
este
call,
momento tienes un
I invite you to do
prospecto,
it right
esa es
now.
creo que la
If
tarea
you
más
have a
importante el día
prospect right
de
now,
hoy.
I think that
Y si en
is
este momento
the
Luciana, Refugio, Raquel, Vanessa, se te ocurre una
homework that
persona
I'm
a la
going
que
to give you.
quieres hablarle,
Refugio,
pero estás
Luciana,
insegura si
Raquel,
quieres
Vanessa. If
hablarle,
you have
por
someone that is
favor te invito a que en
interested,
cuanto termine este
please
Zoom,
invite
le
them
hables
once
por
you finish
teléfono
this
y
Zoom
la
call
enlaces con
to
alguien
call
de
your
confianza.
upline
Haz estas
and to
llamadas
link them
excelentes, son
with them.
maravillosas.
Do those external three-party
Y
calls. They're
repite conmigo,
amazing.
menos no es
And
más.
repeat with me,
Tu objetivo no
less
es
is
explicar
more.
todo, es
Your
crear interés
objective
para
is not
llegar,
explaining everything. It's
llevarlos.
creating
Cita,
interest
llevarlos a un
for
Zoom,
customers,
llevarlos al
taking them to
registro.
an appointment, to a Zoom
Interésate en
call.
ellos, llámalos por su
Be
nombre,
interested in
velo a
them.
los ojos,
Call them
aunque
by
sea
their
en el Zoom.
names.
Yo aquí
Look at them
estoy
in the eyes, even if it's on
checando
Zoom.
sus caritas.
Here I am
Interésate para esas
searching for
personas.
your
Siente
faces.
su corazón
Be
buscando
interested on those
ayudarte.
people. Feel
En
in
el
your
cierre,
heart the
siempre ya
way
buscas
that
hacer una
you should
llamada
join
nueva
them.
en donde le
When
puedas
you
dar las
close,
bienvenidas y
you
las
always have
invites
to give
hacia el
them the
siguiente
next steps.
pasos. La verdad es que esto es
Truthfully,
lo que yo he ido avanzando.
this is something that
Yo
I've
estoy
been
más
using
que
to move
emocionada de haber
forward.
compartido con
I am
ustedes.
super excited to
Y
have
les
been
invito a que
shared
si
this
tú
with you.
empezaste
And
poquito a
I
poquito,
invite you
no
that
pasa
if you
nada.
started
Poquito a
little by
poquito vas
little,
a ir subiendo.
there's no
En verdad,
problem. Little
yo
by little,
empecé
you're going
así
to grow.
con el core.
Truthfully, that's the same
Y
way
de
that I
ahí
started
subí
with
al
core.
advanced. Y de
And
ahí
from there,
subí al premium.
I
Todos vamos a ir haciendo
upgraded
este
to
camino.
advanced, and
No
from
te
there to
sientas
premium.
frustrada si no te va
We're
bien.
all going to walk
Lo
this
vas a
path. Don't
poder
be
lograr. Ya vi
frustrated
tu
if
cara
suddenly
y
you
ya no,
can't.
sí,
You
ya lo
will
sé.
be able to do it.
Te
I
entiendo,
saw
mi
your
corazón
face and
late
I know
contigo,
you'll
te
do
lo
it. I
juro.
totally
Pero
understand.
sabes
My heart
que
is with you.
lo
I
vas a hacer.
swear. But you know
Solo
what? You're
sigue
going to achieve
invitando,
it.
sigue
Just
presentándote,
continue
sigue hablando
inviting,
con ellos, sigue
continue
conectando tu corazón
introducing,
con ellos y
continue
te aseguro
speaking,
que
and
poco a poco
continue
vas a ir
connecting your
mejorando.
heart
Así
to
es
them.
como yo
And I
presento,
can
trato
assure you
siempre
that
de
little by
acercarme a las
little you
personas,
will reach that.
trato
That is
siempre
how I
de ver
introduce
cómo
myself.
ayudarles y vas a ir
Always close to
identificando
people,
exactamente lo que
seeing
es. Estoy
how to
segura
help them.
que estamos
You
en una
used to
comunidad,
search for
Rachel,
those
en donde
people because
tú nos
I'm
has
sure
enseñado a
that
hacer
we're
así
with an
y es lo que a
incredible
mí
community,
me
Rochelle, that you
enamoró.
have taught us to be that
Esta es la
way.
parte que a mí me
And that is what
enganchó,
made me
la
fall in love.
comunidad. ¿A
That
poco
is
no?
the
¿Cuántos
part
están aquí?
that
Obviamente yo
made
no.
me get
¿Cuántos están
hooked.
por la
The
comunidad?
community.
Sin
How many
importar
people
que
are
yo
here
soy
for the
B90X,
community?
yo también soy
Regardless of me
B90. Yo
being
soy
in
B90X
U90X,
y mi
I'm also be the
algoritmo
light.
no supe cómo
And I should
hacerlo.
put the logo
Y
here.
la
I
otra
just didn't
persona,
know how to
en
do
verdad
it.
estuve buscando, tengo que ponerle
I
que la
was
repita cada
searching
15 días
for it
porque soy
because I didn't
también
know
tu
how to put
hija.
U90X
Somos una
and
misma
also be the light
comunidad
because
y
I'm
todos
also
somos exactamente lo
your
mismo.
daughter
Todos
here.
queremos
We're
dar
all the same
beneficio a todos
community
los demás.
and we're all exactly the
Me
same thing.
encanta,
We all want to
Marta, me
give someone else
encanta.
a
Y ven
benefit.
lo que les digo,
I love that,
¿sabes?
Martha. I love
¿Por
that.
qué
And you
Marta
see
está
what I was saying?
entusiasmada? Porque Marta
Why
lo
is
habla
Martha
así.
feeling
Todos
enthusiastic?
tenemos
Why does she
nuestro
talk about
proceso.
it
Ella
this way?
empezó con core,
We
con
all
estructura,
have
pero
our
quiero hacerte
process.
una
She
pregunta
started
ya
with
para
core, like
terminar
she
en unos
explains,
minutos.
but I want to ask you a
¿Cuántas
question so we can
veces
finish in a
tú
few
hablas
minutes.
de lo que
How
tienes en
many
tus manos?
times
¿Una vez a
do
la
you talk
semana,
about
tres
what
veces a
you
la
have in your
semana?
hands?
¿Cuándo?
Once a
Con
week,
todos
three
los días.
times a week? How many times? Or every day?
A ti, Marta, a ti, Marta.
Ah, yo,
This is a
perdón, creí
question
que
for
estaba
Marta.
Tranquila,
viendo aquí
tranquila.
en el
Oh,
chat.
sorry.
No, a
I
ti,
was
porque
reading the
quiero
chat.
llegar así. Tú específicamente, ¿cuántas veces
No,
hablas de la
you
oportunidad
specifically.
a
How
cuánta
many
gente
times do you
contactas?
talk
¿Y lo
about the
haces todos los
opportunity? How
días
many
o dos
people
veces
do
a la
you
semana?
contact? Do you do it
Estaba
every day
hablando
or two
justo con mi
times a week?
esposo, tengo un DMO, de hecho
I
voy a
was
dar un
talking
curso
to my
mañana, mi
husband about
esposo,
that. I
mi
have a
esposo y yo
DMO. My
vamos a
husband and I
preparar
are
un
going
curso
to give a
donde
workshop, this
tenemos unos
team, where we
métodos
have
diarios de operación, en donde todos
daily
los días tenemos que
operation
hablar con
method
5 personas nuevas,
in which
todos los días
every
tenemos que
day
hablar con 7
we have to talk
prospectos
to
nuevos,
5 new people.
donde
Every
todos
day
los
we have
días
to talk
tenemos
to
que ver
7
un
new
video de la
prospects.
empresa,
Every day we
todos
have
los
to
días
see a
tenemos que
company
entrar
video.
y tener por
Every
lo
day
menos una
we
llamada
have
o
to
dos o tres
enroll and
llamadas
have at least
telefónicas
one call or
entre
two
nuestras
calls
propias
or
personas.
three
Entonces yo trato de
three
estar
party
buscando así.
calls
Es más,
amongst
hace
us.
rato,
So I'm always trying to
ayer me
search
decía
for
mi esposo,
this.
oye,
A
nuestro
little while
invitado
ago
nunca se
yesterday,
acaba
my
de
husband
organizar. Y
said,
yo,
hey, they
uy, qué
invited us
oportunidad tan
to
maravillosa,
a
vamos, por favor. Y yo me
breakfast.
fui
And I
sin
said,
saber
oh,
del
that's an
próximo
amazing
curso.
opportunity. Let's go. And I went out there with my patches. I didn't care what it was about. I was going to patch everyone there, so at least 5 people. But every day, that's what I wanted to get to. If you don't wake up every day with your business, with your strategy, with your goal in your mind, and you execute, then it is impossible for you to see the business that you want and the growth that you want. Because I'm not the same Rochelle that started in June of last year. I didn't know what they were talking to me about. The technology sounded Chinese to me. Currently, I continued investigating and researching. So you have to be in love with this. You have to feel passionate about this. And mostly from the things that Marta said, you have to think on the person that you're talking to. You cannot just have a number symbol in your mind. You have to have clear who you want to attract, but your mind needs to be like, okay, this person that I'm speaking to, these people that I'm speaking to, what do they need? And that is what you need to talk about. And for that, you have to be sensitive and you have to leave aside what you want. Right now, the focus is them. Because, for example, if you're going to talk to someone and you're not listening to them and you're looking around, your focus is that person that is in front of you. So, Marta, thank you for sharing. This is exactly what we wanted. We felt your profile, how you are, and I love it. I love it because it is exactly, and it's important what you said. We are a team. So please, we've said this. I had a meeting last week on Monday with the team. There are no divisions. Here it's not U90, Wellness Revolution, Be the Light, Grow Energy. No, here we are all one. Maybe with a bit different identities, but at the end, we all want to be successful. We all want to be united. We all want to help, and we all want to be victorious. So I would say today, please, please sit down, prepare your strategy, trust in yourself, practice trusting in yourself. Maybe today you don't trust too much, but practice it, and start doing what you need to do every day to be able to trust in yourself, in your product, and the company. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be an echo. Be an original voice of something valuable that we have in our hands. Don't be anybody's echo. Be yourself. Be your voice. Elevate your voice and talk about what we have, because that's the way we're going to be able to reach more and more and more people. So this is going to be done anyway. Like I say to people, when people say, "Oh, I didn't speak to 5 people today." Well, don't worry about me because I spoke with 10. Worry about yourself because you are not committing to your promise, to your goals, your dreams, and what you promised yourself that you wanted to do. So today I'm going to be my business's heart. I open my business with all the love in the world because I know that what I have is good. And tomorrow, choose yourself again. Choose yourself every day. Choose your company. Choose your product every day. Choose your voice every day. This is not just a one-time thing and never again. And don't allow anybody to that you to sabotage your work. Not the nose, not the people that say that they sell it in Amazon. Focus, forget about it. Anything that gets you out of there, erase it, shut it up, mute it. So that is the way that we can train. Take all the workshops possible, get educated, be informed, do mentorship, work on your personal growth. This is part of this because you know what? If you don't do it, you're not going to move forward. You're going to stay where you are, the same place where you started in the company, with excuses and looking outside to blame. And that's not how it works. And also have team goals. My husband and I have goals on how many directors we want, how many SPDs we want, everything. But you have to have your own goals with your team. You have to be consistent. Marty, I love you. Thank you very much.
No, hombre,
Thanks
gracias
for
a vos.
everything.
Súper,
Thanks for
súper
sharing.
honrada,
No, on the
emocionada.
contrary.
Y pues
I'm
gracias,
very
Rachel, qué gusto.
excited and honored to be able to be here with all of you. It was a pleasure. Yes, and actually talking about calls, we're going to change to the presentation call for the business presentation. I hope you invited prospects and you know that we're here for whatever you need. God bless you, Marty. Likewise, blessings to all of you. Take care. Bye.